Hello there. Welcome to this video module designed specifically for pharmaceutical students. As a pharma student, you're preparing for a future in this dynamic industry. Or perhaps you're just starting out, eager to make your mark. I want to talk to you about something incredibly important in this field. It's the relationship between marketing and sales. Sales is sales, right? Not quite. In the world of medicine and health, things are different. Understanding this difference is the key to a successful, meaningful career. Think of it as learning the rules before you step onto the field. You're not just selling a product, you're part of a system that delivers vital information to doctors. Doctors make critical decisions that affect people's health. Your role is a link in a vital chain. Marketing creates the strategy, like a general planning a campaign. Sales, including you, executes it on the ground. When they work together, the right information reaches the right doctors and patients get better care. Understanding this dynamic is your first step toward leadership. Imagine you're a medical representative, or Mr. Your manager gives you a weekly plan. You have a list of doctors to visit. You have specific information to share about a new medication. Where did this plan come from? Who decided which doctors? Who wrote your script? The answer: the marketing team. They spent months, sometimes years, studying the market, studying the disease, studying the doctors. They built a grand strategy. Your job: bring that strategy to life, one conversation at a time. This essay will guide you from the big picture plan to the details of a single sales call. This journey will unlock the secrets behind a successful pharma career. We'll show marketing policies as strict guidelines. We'll show why alignment between the thinkers, marketing, and sales is non-negotiable. Every year in the pharmaceutical industry, a very important document is created. It's called the Annual Brand Plan. Think of this document as the holy book for a specific medication for the entire year. A thick, comprehensive, highly strategic guide outlines everything that will be done to support the brand. Not a casual memo, months of intense work, research, and collaboration. The single source of truth dictating actions of hundreds, sometimes thousands. From the marketing director to the newest sales representative. Who creates this master plan? Primarily the brand marketing team, the central hub. They gather information from across the organization and beyond. Analyze sales data from the previous year. Study market research, doctor and patient trends. Talk to medical experts for the latest science. Assess the competition, strengths and weaknesses. Work with finance to set budgets. Work with regulatory teams to ensure compliance. Massive undertaking bringing together data, science, business strategy into one unified vision for the brand's success. What's inside this Bible? Starts with the big picture, brand vision and objectives. Objective: become the #1 prescribed treatment for newly diagnosed patients. Objective: grow market share by 5%. Then it breaks down how to achieve those goals, defines key strategies. For example, educate specialists about our superior safety profile. Specific tactics: host 50 educational dinner meetings for top-tier doctors. Launch a new digital information portal for healthcare professionals. It includes the budget for each activity. For you on the sales team, the brand plan is your rulebook, not optional reading. The foundation of your job. It tells you what to do. It tells you why. It tells you how. Your sales targets, the list of doctors to visit, the messages you must deliver, all flow from this document. Straying from the brand plan is like a soldier ignoring orders mid-battle. It creates chaos. It undermines the strategy. It leads to failure. Understanding and embracing the brand plan is the first duty of a professional, effective medical representative. Now that we understand the annual brand plan is our guide, let's zoom in on two of its most critical components for the sales team: approved messaging, target customer profiles. These are not just suggestions, they are strict boundaries that define your daily activities. In the highly regulated world of pharmaceuticals, what you say is just as important as how you say it. The company has spent an enormous amount of time and money getting a drug approved. The last thing they want is for a well-meaning but ill-informed statement to create legal or medical trouble. This is where approved messaging comes in. Every single claim you make about a medication must be pre-approved by multiple internal departments, including medical, legal, regulatory affairs. This is a non-negotiable rule. These messages are carefully crafted to be 100% accurate and supported by clinical trial data. For instance, if a study showed a drug reduced blood pressure by an average of 10 points, you can say exactly that. You cannot say it dramatically drops blood pressure, or is the best for lowering blood pressure. Best, safest, miraculous. Unless you have specific head-to-head clinical data to prove it, which is pretty rare. Your job is to deliver the approved message, word for word. The second part of this rulebook is the target customer profile. Not all doctors are created equal in the eyes of a brand plan. The marketing team conducts extensive analysis to identify the healthcare professionals who treat the most patients that could benefit from your specific drug. This is called segmentation and targeting. They might create a profile for a Tier 1 doctor who is a high-volume prescriber, specialist in the field, early adopter of new technologies. A Tier 2 doctor might be a general practitioner with a moderate number of relevant patients. The brand plan will tell you to focus your time and effort on the Tier 1 doctors. But I have a great relationship with a doctor who isn't on my target list. Shouldn't I visit them? While building relationships is important, the strategy demands efficiency. The company has limited resources. Your time is the most valuable one. Visiting a doctor who only sees 1 or 2 relevant patients a year is not a good use of your time, no matter how friendly they are. Following the customer profile ensures that the company's investment in you is maximized, and more importantly, that the information gets to the doctors who need it most to help their patients. Sticking to these rules isn't about limiting you, it's about making you more effective. How does a grand 100-page brand plan actually turn into a successful sales call in a doctor's clinic in a small town? It happens through a clear and logical process. I like to call it the cascade of success. You can remember it with the simple acronym S to T to O to B to MS. Strategy. T. Tactics. O. Objectives. B. Behaviors. M. Measurement. It's a waterfall effect, where each step logically flows from the one before it, getting more and more specific. This framework connects the high-level thinking in the boardroom directly to the actions of a medical representative in the field. Let's break it down. It all starts with strategy. This is the big what. It's the overarching goal from the annual brand plan. For example, the strategy might be, establish our new drug as the preferred first-line treatment for type 2 diabetes among endocrinologists. This is the North Star for the entire year. From this strategy, we derive the tactics. These are the how. Tactics are the major initiatives the marketing team will deploy. A tactic to support our strategy could be execute a peer-to-peer education program led by national experts, or deploy a highly trained sales force to educate target doctors on the drug's unique mechanism of action. Next, we get more granular with objectives. These are the specific quarterly goals for the sales team. They are the manager's goals. An objective flowing from our tactic might be ensure 80% of Tier 1 endocrinologists in the region can accurately recall the drug's 3 key clinical benefits by the end of quarter 3. To achieve this objective, the manager must coach their team on specific behaviors. These are the actions the medical representative must perform during a sales call. For example, during every call with a Tier 1 doctor, the MR must present the clinical trial data from the core visual aid and ask the doctor to repeat the key benefits. Finally, we have measurement. How do we know if any of this is working? We measure everything. We measure the manager's success by tracking the team's progress toward the quarterly objective. The O. We measure the MR's success by observing their behavior in the field. The B. During coaching visits. And we measure the ultimate outcome through prescription data and market share reports, which tells us if our initial strategy is succeeding. This S to T to O to B to M cascade creates a powerful chain of accountability. It's a closed-loop system designed for clarity, focus, and success. In many sales jobs, a manager is someone you see in the office. They look at spreadsheets, set quotas, and call you to ask about your numbers. In the pharmaceutical industry, the role of a sales manager is fundamentally different. They're not just a boss, they're a coach. One of the most important parts of their job is spending time in the field with their medical representatives. This isn't about spying on you, it's about helping you become the best you can be. The primary purpose of these field coaching days is development. Your manager is there to see the S to T to O to B to M cascade in action. They're focused on the B, your behaviors. Are you following the plan? Are you delivering the approved messages correctly? Are you using the visual aid as intended? Are you asking the right questions to understand the doctor's needs? Their job is to observe you, take notes, and then provide you with specific, actionable feedback. A good manager won't just say, "That was a good call." They'll say, "You did an excellent job opening the call and building rapport." Next time, let's try to use the clinical data on slide 5 to handle that objection about side effects. This coaching process is structured. Before you even start the day, you and your manager will have a pre-call discussion. You'll review your plan for the day, which doctors you're seeing and what your specific objective is for each call. For example, for Dr. Smith, the objective might be to uncover her current prescribing habits. For Dr. Jones, it might be to present new long-term safety data. After each call, you'll have a quick debrief in the car. The manager will ask you how you think it went first, and then they'll share their observations. This feedback loop is crucial for your growth. Everything we've discussed, the grand strategy, the brand plan, the coaching, all of it leads to one critical moment, the few minutes you have in front of a doctor. It's the moment of truth where strategy becomes execution. A successful pharma sales call is structured and purposeful. It has a clear beginning, middle, end. Doctors are incredibly busy. Respect their time, give them a reason to listen immediately. Example opening. Good morning, Dr. Evans. I know you're busy, so I'll be brief. I'm here today because I have new data on drug X, relevant for patients with kidney complications, which I know is an interest of yours. This opening is polite, professional, and focuses on a benefit for the doctor and patients. Use your approved visual aid to present key messages, not a one-way lecture. Turn it into conversation with smart questions. Final step, the closing. Would you be willing to try drug X with your next 2 or 3 appropriate patients? May I follow up in a month to see how your experience has been? After the call, immediately record details in your CRM. This data is the M, measurement, flowing back to management and marketing, closing the loop and informing the next cycle of strategy. In the pharmaceutical industry, you have 2 powerful forces guiding your behavior every single day: compliance and incentives. They might seem like opposites. One is a set of strict rules you must follow, and the other is a reward for doing a great job. However, they're 2 sides of the same coin, designed to ensure that the entire system works effectively and, most importantly, ethically. Compliance is the bedrock of the entire industry. Because our work impacts patient health, the rules are incredibly strict. These rules are set by government bodies like the FDA and by the industry's own codes of conduct. They govern everything. They dictate what you can say about a product, as we've discussed. They also dictate how you interact with doctors. For example, you cannot give doctors lavish gifts to influence their prescribing. A simple pen or a notepad with the drug's name might be okay, But a ticket to a football game is absolutely forbidden. The goal is to ensure that a doctor's decision is based on medical evidence, not on personal gain. Every pharma company has a compliance department and mandatory training to make sure you know these rules inside and out. On the other side, you have the incentive system. Let's be clear, a sales job is a performance-based role. You are rewarded for achieving your goals. In pharma, this is usually tied to the number of prescriptions for your product written by the doctors in your territory. Your sales manager will give you a sales quota or target for each quarter. If you meet your target, you get a bonus. If you exceed your target, you get a bigger bonus. This system is designed to motivate you. It drives you to work hard, to plan your days strategically, and to make every sales call count. It rewards the people who are most effective at executing the brand plan. Here is the crucial part. You must achieve your incentives within the boundaries of compliance. The two are not in conflict, they work together. The company is essentially saying, here is the brand plan and here are the rules of engagement. We will reward you handsomely for achieving the plan while following all the rules. Someone who hits their sales target by making false claims or offering inappropriate gifts will not be rewarded, they will be fired. The most successful and respected professionals are the ones who master the art of being highly effective and perfectly ethical at the same time. They see compliance not as a barrier, but as the framework that allows for fair and professional competition. That is a career you can be truly proud of.